Tanya Lee. I'm an intuitive psychic spiritual counselor, physical medium, remote viewer, automatic writer, angelic healer, shadow worker, inner child worker, and mentor. Bueno, bueno, bueno. If you see the live up in the left-hand corner, that means we're live and we can chat in the here and the now. If not, then you're watching the replay. So just hashtag replay, and if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to come back and answer them at a later time. So you can still interact with me. It just might take me a minute to get to those questions, okay? So feel free to watch the replay and interact anyway. So hello, hello, how is everyone doing? I wanted to jump on. I want to chat. We can do some cards. I know you guys always want to do some cards, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I also want to chat. So if you can, please go ahead and share out. I'm going to go ahead and start our music. And I'll do my shares so that way we can get started. It is a warm, hot day here in Texas. How's everyone else? Is it hot where you are? Hope everyone that's in the path of the storms are doing good. I know that's some shitty stuff. Hello, hello. Yes, chat day. Chat day. Let's chat. All right, so let me go ahead and do my shares real quick. Wind and rain in England. Oh. Yeah, it would be nice if it just would rain. It would kind of go ahead and cool it down a little bit. You missed what? Oh, I know. Man, the Bahamas got it bad. This was sad. What part of Texas, Olivia? I'm in Fort Worth. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you're feeling better. My phone is acting crazy, of course. Oh, most definitely. Say prayer for the people. It's not pulling it up. No, 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 no. I think I need to. Ay, ay, ay. It's going this way. Oh, Houston. Houston is nice. Hello from Canada. Fremont. Oh, Chrissy, you're in from Fort Worth? Awesome. I don't think I've seen another person in Fort Worth on my live. I mean, there's one dude, he's a psychic, but he's really kind of freaky, so I don't even mess with him. But, tried this one. That's cool that you're in Fort Worth. What part of Fort Worth, if you don't mind me asking? I'm over in Southwest. What can I share? Oregon. How's it in Oregon? I'm sure you are, honey. I'm not jumping right into readings. You might do some readings. It'll depend on how everything goes. I'll pull some cards. I always do. Okay, I'm going to have to reboot this thing. Oh, wow. Well, welcome. Welcome. I gotta restart my phone. So I can't share just yet. Why? No, doctor told me yesterday I have a hernia in my stomach and liver problems and fixing to go ER as soon as my husband gets to work. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I know how hernias are. I had a surgery. I have had 8 of them, and they're back. So I'll have to have another surgery. So I totally get it. You're in Benbrook? Ah, you're right down the road from me. Rutledge, you're here too? Chrissy? I'm over by Hewlin Mall. So we're not far from each other at all, actually. You know, I come to people. Sometimes people have me go to their houses. I'm gonna do. Oh, okay. You're a little far. What time are readings at? What does that mean? Did you just come on to hear the readings? You might want to go ahead and leave the live if that's it, because it's going to be a little bit before I do readings. Unless you want to, you know, make a donation. Anybody can always make a $20 donation and get read on any live that I do. Unless I specifically say I'm not doing any readings, but I don't ever do that. But we are going to chat, and then I am going to pull some cards from people. So you do want to have the share badge, so you can. I even yeah, that would be nice. Let's put our minds together as one and remember ones who passed on to the sky world. Life through these to complete, they're living peacefully in the sky world. In the sky world. Alright, let me do my shares real quick. I had to restart my device. Guys, do know that when I go to do the readings, you would have to have share on your name for me to notice you. And you do that by sharing to 4 public groups. That's cool. I know. I'm gonna I haven't finished. I started the application to do the whatchamacallit, the psychic fair. I just didn't complete it. I need to do that because they are having one this weekend. I probably won't make it this weekend because I'm doing it too late. But I'm definitely gonna finish that today. Today is my computer day, so I don't normally jump on a live like that. Oops. My computer day, so I don't normally jump on. Okay, let's see. Let's turn off the volume. And then I can do my shares, and then I can pray, okay? So give me 1 second. Yeah. I did find that there is a Spiritual Unity Church down the street. I didn't know that for the longest time, and I've lived over in this area for over 20-something years, and I didn't know that that existed. So it was like, wow, okay. I am just doing my last couple shares here. just a second here. I lost. There we go. Goodness gracious. Okay, there we go. Come on now. There we go. I hate it when I have to reboot my phone because it's different. Okay, I'm not gonna fight with that. Let's just go over to here and then let me pray so we can get started. There we go. Now we'll pray and get going. Our Father, art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the power and the kingdom and glory forever and ever. Amen. I ask that God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, archangels, guardian angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters to please step forward and give messages of light and love. Michael, please stand guard and allow any spirit in that is for the greatest and highest good, that is for someone within our circle. Please keep our circle safe and protected, and that spirit leave the same way they came, and that there is no physical elements left on my body. I ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, guys. So, and I got Miss Scully here with us. Yay. Love Scully. Okay. So. Hello. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. All right. So today is Wednesday. Yeehaw! Y'all got it to Hump Day. You got Hump Day here, which is great, right? That just means that your week's over quickly. We had a holiday, so that would be the reason, right? But I wanted to kind of do some talking too today. And yes, I will pull some cards. Remember, you have share above your name. You share to 4 public groups, so you can get the share badge. If you've done public groups and you don't have it, then exit and come back in. Maybe it just didn't catch it. But I also want to talk today, so it's not just. If anybody would like to donate, of course you can always donate $20, and I'll be happy to give you a mini read here on that, or a mini in-depth read. Because trust me, you get well more than worth your $20. I don't know how to do a little small mini reading. Some psychics will only like give you little bits of information and trick you and say, hey, okay, that's all I can do. You got to come book a service with me. Now, granted, you can come book a service and you'll learn more, but whatever the message is, I'm going to give you all of it. So let's start out, and I will start out with a couple people. So just give me an emoji. I've got the abundance angels out today. So we will do so give me an emoji, and I'll pick a couple people to do abundance cards, and then we're going to talk, and then if anybody wants to donate, we can go that way too. Have you ever been out to Miracles of Joy in Louisville? No, I haven't. I was just in Louisville for that Chicago concert. Louisville's about 45 minutes away from me. Laura Vaughn. Laura Vaughn. Come here, Laura. What do we have for Laura? What do we have for Laura Vaughn? Let me turn this down just a little bit. There we go. Laura Vaughn. Laura Vaughn. What do we have for Laura Vaughn? Declutter. Declutter. Which, you know, we're fall's right around the corner, right? So that's really a perfect thing to have. And this is something you know that you need to do. You've kind of just put it off on doing. But this is a little bit more than just your drawers and your clothes and stuff like that. Spirit's wanting you to declutter, you know, your bed area. You have a lot of stuff piled up over by your bed. They also want you to declutter work on decluttering your mind. So things that are no longer serving you, you need to go through and clear that out. And also your work area. Inside of things, not on top, because on top it looks nice and tidy, but on the inside is where it needs to be decluttered. It says you'll feel better and more focused if you take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. That's very important too, right, guys? We can have so much clutter in our schedule, doing things that we don't really even need to be doing. Guys, for those of you writing paragraphs, there's just no way I can read it. I apologize. So just not trying to be rude. I just don't want you to think you went through all that trouble of typing. I can't read it. It goes by too fast. I hope that resonated and helps. Okay. How many of you guys are working on your inner child? How many of you guys are working with your shadows? I wanted to kind of talk about that because I was having a discussion earlier with someone, and Spirit, you know, we were talking about this, but then Spirit also led me to jump on and talk to you guys about this. Do you all realize that if you let's say you work on your gifts, because we all have the same gifts, okay? So it's not like anybody is better than anybody else. No one above, no one below. Everyone can read and do all the same gifts. Just some of them are not for you, right? Just like I can sing. If those of you that heard me earlier, I can sing, but I don't sing good. So my forte is not to get up on stage with a mic and sing to everybody, right? but it doesn't mean I can't do it. It just means that that's not what my mission is. We all have a mission. And I really feel compelled to tell you guys that they're really, I mean, a lot of people don't tell you this for a couple of reasons. One, they can't make money off of you if they do. Two, they don't know themselves. They haven't done it themselves. But as you, and then of course there's always the ones that are not even aware of it, right? When you step into this side and you're messing with this spirituality and you're learning and you're growing, it's not only is it important for you to do things a certain way, but it's also important for you to learn a certain way. Not so much the subjects, okay? So follow me here. It's not so much the actual subject as it is learning a certain way. And what I mean by that is, let's say, this is the example I used earlier, and it worked for me. Let's say that you're in the spiritual realm and you've been jumping around and you've been doing these intuition games, right? And you're spot on. You're doing awesome. You got it. Almost every single one you get right. And then, you start drawing some cards, or you start doing a little bit of something, messing with the spiritual realm, because you're like, oh man, I can do this, which is great. You want to, there's nothing wrong with wanting to jump up and do things like that. The problem comes in if you don't have your foundation right. Okay? And the reason why is because your foundation is, well, first your foundation has to be unconditional love. You've got to come from a place of unconditional love and self-worth and confidence. Okay, that's very, very it's very, very important. Okay, the reason being, and let me grab this card because you guys are going to see it better. Let's say if you don't come from that foundation and you've got some inner child stuff that you haven't dealt with, and you've blocked it out, or you just don't want to deal with it, or you don't know how, whatever the case may be, right? You don't deal with it. Then you open yourself up, right, to the spiritual realm. What do you think that does? What do you think it does when you open yourself up to the spiritual realm? It opens you up to the spiritual realm. Not just the rainbows and unicorns, but the demons and the vampires. Okay? So if you don't know how to ground, or not that you don't know how, but you're not good at, oh, I'm not good at this, it doesn't work for me, I can't, it doesn't work for me, then when you go into the spiritual realm, when your light comes on, what do you think happens? Spirit's drawn to light, right? All spirit, whether good or bad. So everything is a portal. Everything. These cards are a portal. My skull has a portal. My pendulum is a portal. I'm a portal. My mirror is a portal. We have these portals all around us. And so if we don't know how to control these things, then we're going to let anything in. If you haven't dealt with your inner child and your shadows, and you haven't dealt with that, and you're not secure in that area of your life, what do you think Mr. Ego is going to do? And I brought out these cards so y'all can see. What do you think Mr. Ego is going to do? He's going to go get your fear, your doubt, and your distrust. And you're going to start getting flooded with, not only doubt, but you're going to be fearful. You'll see things that you don't understand, or you might feel these things and you're like, scared of what you're learning. Why? Why do you think that happens? Because your foundation wasn't right. You built this foundation of spirituality that's all fucked up. Because if you learn how to ground and protect and meditate, you know that you mentally have control and that nothing can attack you, okay, unless you allow it. Also, the higher you raise your vibration, things are not even going to want to attack you because you're too far up here. Why do they want to go upward? You're not all that. Okay? There's billions and billions of people, and majority of them are floating down here. So they are easy to jump up and bite. And attack right here. It's a feast. It's a buffet. It's a buffet for spirits. But if you're up here, they're not going to jack with you. It's all about here. So when you guys, follow me or listen to me, I'm always telling you guys how important your thoughts are. Because if you don't go backwards and uncover and fix things, then they will seep out. There will be a spirit that pulls them out. It's just, it's inevitable. This is why people, go kind of back and forth with their learning. But if you build that foundation, even if you're over here messing with things, go back and finish building your foundation. So that way you stand in your center and you're secure and you don't have to worry about anything. Is there going to be, times that you doubt yourself? Sure, we're human. There's no perfect nothing. Nothing is perfect. Just because you are in the spiritual realm and you have gifts doesn't mean that you're perfect. We all fuck up. That's just life. But you have to have that foundation. And sometimes what happens is people will mess around and they end up going crazy. What do you think people end up going crazy after they tap in? One, because they don't have any mind control, right? These little guys, your ego brings out these guys. And these guys have their own little voices. Your fear talks to you. Your doubt talks to you. Your distrust talks to you. Right? So you've got to start getting control of it. So you can eventually break free from it. Okay? Because when you don't, it can, and it has, there's so many people that, that are now mentally ill because of it, or, their family thought they were and they locked them up, or whatever the case may be. Why? Because you've got these voices in your head. Where do you think the voices in your head come from? The split personality. That is self-induced. That's not something we're born with. We're born with lupus. We're born with blood things. But here we can control, except for there's some certain ones like autism and things like that can't be controlled. So that doesn't fall into what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is a lot of it is self-induced, right? And so you don't want to push yourself to that level. A lot of times people will get in the spiritual realm, they'll start practicing their gifts, they even start having clients and they start doing things, and then all of a sudden they have these attachments or these attacks and blah, blah, blah. And where's that coming from? It's coming from you're not vibrating, right? How many of you guys that are practicing or starting to practice know your spiritual football team? How many of you know your football team? Because you have a spiritual football team. Believe it or not, you have a team of, and let me just go back real quick before I go further with that. the ones that do have mental limitations doesn't mean that they can't achieve what we can achieve. They actually have a higher advantage because they are more connected than we are. So that's why people with autism are better connected to spirituality than we are. They may not be able to express it, but they are. Back to what I was saying, the football team. So who is your football team? That would be your spirit guides. That would be your guardian angels. That would be your archangel, right? That would be your higher self. So, do you know who those people are? I mean, do you know their names? Do you know what their purpose is for you? Because not every spirit guide is for the same thing. That's very key, because especially if you're going to go in, you're going to start reading people, right? Healing people can't heal people. And the sooner that the spiritual realm figures that out, the better off and more people we can help. Okay, because a lot of people are still hurting over here, and they're trying to help people. And hurting people can't help people. It just doesn't work like that. You have to have learned from your hurt. You have had to overcome your shadows and your inner child stuff, so that way you can help others. It's important to start with the basics, guys. Grounding. You know, just because now you've got some of your gifts open, I'll go ground when I need it. No, bullshit. If you really are committed to being in this realm, then it becomes a way of life. It's not when a joke or, oh, well, I think I need to go ground. It needs to be a way of life. You get up and you brush your teeth. You need to get up and you need to make sure that your energy is part of you. So you're taking care of your teeth. They're a part of you, right? Because you don't want cavities. You don't want to spend money on crap with your teeth, right? So you take care of them. What do you think I'm talking about here? The meditation and the grounding and the protecting. That's to protect and take care of you. Yourself and your inner self, right? Your spirit. And this is important. So, I mean, think about this. If you didn't brush your teeth but once every couple weeks or once a week, how long do you think it's going to be before you have some issues with your teeth? It may even take, 4, 5, 6 months, right? But sooner or later, you're going to have some buildup there. And why I'm doing teeth, I have no idea. But Spirit just says whatever they want me to say. But the point is, that's what's going to happen to you spiritually. You need to pray in the morning. I don't care who you're praying to. It's all the same. I don't care who you call God or the divine or Buddha or Muhammad, or you don't even call anybody something. But a belief is a belief. Even if you don't believe in God, you have a belief. Right? So you call upon something. So you need to call upon something in the morning. You need to be grateful at the end of the day. You need to start your day with grounding. It's simple. You're putting your feet on the ground. So put your feet on the ground and ground. And then, take that 5 or 6 minutes to meditate. Go do the shower meditation. You take a shower in the morning, right? Take it, or at night. You take a shower at least sometime a day or every couple days, I hope, right? So take that time and meditate with it. Protection. What is protection? There's several ways to protect, right? We can protect with stones. We can protect, people use spells and all kinds of shit like that. It's all here. Now, the crystals are good to use, okay? This is a God gift for us. It's a divine gift given to us. Crystals are a gift by the divine for us to have a tool. Just like we have a tool to brush our teeth. It's called a toothbrush. So we have a tool to brush our teeth to help take care of our teeth. We have a crystal as a tool to help take care of our spirit. Um, and so, you know, we want to use our crystals to our advantage, okay? Because crystals are very important. But your protection is your mind. It's not all this hocus pocus spell bullshit, okay? Remember, this hocus pocus shit will eventually come back and bite you in the ass because you are messing with free will, okay? So let's back up a second and go to, you know, protection. Protection is your universal condom. What is that? It's, you know, how the state of mind you can put yourself in. You can clean your aura. How do you clean your aura? With some selenite. You can clean your aura. You should be cleaning your aura every day, especially if you, for those of you that work with the public. Those of you that are around the public all day long, you should be clearing your aura, right? And you can feel this. The closer you have to get to your skin to feel it is bad, okay? You want to eventually get to where you can hold it about 6 inches away and clear. That means that you've got a very thick aura. The closer it has to get to your skin, the thinner your aura is. That's another thing, but and then you have to focus on, you know, empathy, you know, to empathize with others, to learn how to empathize. You know, so many people, I think you guys are, and please forgive me, because this is going to piss somebody out. But some of y'all, I think, embrace and even think that it's a great thing when you say, oh, I'm an empath and I just take on, I just feel so much. You really think that's a good thing? No. No. You're fooling yourself. You're trying to gloat in your ego. And the reason why I say this is because I can empathize on the spot for anybody and feel their, and give them space for their pain, but I can also shut it off so that their pain doesn't affect me. Okay? There's a big difference, and it's very, very important. It's very important that you learn these skills in your everyday life before you throw out some cards and sit there and, you know, try to put yourself out there to, you know, people across the world. You see what I'm saying? Because you can literally feel someone's pain and keep space for them without taking on and having their emotions change your emotions. That's what protection is. That's what the universal condom does. It helps you. The universal condom also gives you a place to go when things are fucked up and you're getting mentally stressed out and you're feeling, you know, out there. That's what the bubble is. That bubble is a place for you to go. It's your serene place. So that way you can control. Well, how do I even make my mind do all that? That's meditation. Meditation teaches you how to control your mind. Okay? It teaches you how to shut things on and shut things off and turn things on. Shut things off, turn things on. Boom, boom. Do it on a flip. Do it on a snap. And so many people can't do that because they don't stick with the meditation. It's like, oh man, I can't meditate. Every time I try to meditate, I start thinking and da-da-da-da. That's perfect. Do you not understand that that's a good sign? Instead of beating yourself up about that, you need to take that meditation and run with it. That means that you're connected. You're sitting there, you're meditating, and all of a sudden your mind starts to wander off, and you realize it. Awesome. You're flexing that muscle, baby. Bring that thought back. Go back to your center. And over time, it doesn't happen. So let's say, well, you know, I meditate and then I fall asleep. Okay. That doesn't mean stop. You know, you didn't get on a bike and learn how to ride a bike the first time you got on there. You didn't learn how to walk as a baby the first time you stood up. You had to keep doing it over and over and over. So that's why meditation is so important. And then after you meditate is, you know, I can do a session with you and I can find out who your whole spiritual football team is. But that's just going to give you the information. It's not going to do shit for you if you don't, no angry faces, guys. If you don't like it, you can leave. You don't have to stay. It's really that simple. The whole idea of meditation is to get you to where you can be at peace, right? That's where the peace comes from. There's so many different ways to do meditation. People have it set to, there is a deep meditation, and you do want to eventually get to where you can do these deep meditations. This is true. But that's not where you start. You know, when you were a baby, you didn't just jump up and, you know, what did you do when you were a baby? You learned how to roll over. You learned how to roll over, and then you learned how to crawl, then you learned how to pull yourself up, and then you learned how to walk. Everything in life is the same way. It's no different. So you want to do that. So that way you can, you know, walk. And when you walk, you'll be able to shut things off and things. I mean, it's amazing when you learn how to have control. I didn't say it was easy, and I didn't say it wouldn't hurt. Just because you can shut things down doesn't mean it doesn't hurt when, you know, somebody's an asshole to you. I deal with it all the time. Watch, before this live is done, there'll be a couple assholes jump on, more than likely. I've already got somebody giving me angry faces, right? And I could get all like, oh, but you know, I mean, that's them. That's not me. You know, I control me. I don't control them. And that's one of the hardest concepts for us to learn, because we're so used to controlling things, or we want to control things, because if we control things, then we're not going to be hurt. Well, that doesn't stop you from being hurt. You know, if you control something and it stops you from being hurt, somebody's actions, because you controlled it, then you're not getting genuine from that person. Right? You're having to force that respect and love. Who wants love that you have to force and respect? Who wants that shit? You know? But before we can do it, we can do this in conjunction with learning ourselves. And, you know, I've told you guys before, you know, your conscious is developed. Your subconscious, your unconscious, all this is not with you when you're born, right? It's not from the time that we're conceived until 7 or 8 years of age, we're on a blank slate, right? And everything that happens in that time frame, even inside the mother's womb, is going into the unconscious. It's going in there. Why? Because we're in a limbo state, right? We're just like, yeah, you know, life is wonderful. Love is love and childlike faith, and that's why we can sit there and play imagination, and we see, and we're connected to spirit. We can see spirit. That's why, you know, the kids say have an imaginary friend. That's not an imaginary friend. They're talking to a freaking spirit. They're able to do that because they're in that state. But things happen during that time frame. That's a good idea, honey. Casey, will you give me my PayPal and Cash App? I'm gonna post that in case anybody wants to donate or donate for a reading. But anyway, so things happen during that time frame, and during that time frame, it breaks us down. So we disconnect from spirits, right? Now, what is infused in us during this time frame? What's infused in us? Fear. Fear. Fear, doubt, distrust, abuse, trauma, bullying, expectations, unrealistic expectation, perfectionism. All this bullshit is infused in this time frame. And then we go through the wonderful teen years, which, is hell on earth, right? Because of all the psychological and the physiological. And then we hit our 20s. And now we're going to get into, okay, well, who am I? What do I need to do? Should I go to college? What is my job? Blah, blah, blah. Sex is something, right? Sex is, that's a whole nother thing, because how are you introduced to sex? I tell you what, how you're having sex will tell you where you stand emotionally and mentally. Believe it or not. Because, but before I go there, let me finish. I go off on a tangent. So all this stuff happens, and then we get reintroduced to spirituality, right? And we can tap, and then once we tap, we just want to run with it. But the problem with running with it is that you got all that old shit behind you that you haven't dealt with and that you haven't cleared out. So as you keep running, eventually there's going to be some rocks or branches or something thrown in your way, and it's going to stumble you. And you're going to sit there and go, you're going to doubt yourself, or you're going to feel these attachments and all this other stuff, all this other negativity stuff can happen. Okay? Even if you don't practice spiritual stuff, right? You just get in tune with your higher self, your guides, and you don't get nothing into this part right here. It's still going to seep out. Right? You're going to have that relationship with somebody that could be a really awesome match for you, because your vibrations up here, so you two have connected. You all got that connection. But oh shit, here comes what, Joe Blow did, this abusive asshole or chick that cheated on you, or whatever the case may be, back in the day, comes out, and you're like, okay, what did he do that for? What is she doing? Da-da-da. Why? Because the fear comes back out. Fear. Mr. Ego is your enemy, guys. And he is somebody you can't get rid of. You cannot get rid of Mr. Ego. You're stuck with ego. That's why it's important to know how to control ego. How do you control ego? You control ego with the 3 things that I told you to start out with: grounding, meditating, and protecting. You're not going to get a hold of ego. That's even why some readers get all into, being all high and mighty, and, they think they're all this, and then they start judging other people. What is that? That is ego. Because nobody above, nobody below. We're just vibrating on a different vibe. That's the only difference between me and you. Just because I can do all these things, and maybe you can only do these things, that doesn't mean I'm better. That just means I've worked my ass off and I'm vibrating higher. That's all that means. Instead of bitching and pissing and moaning and being hateful and jealous, work your butt off so you can vibrate and get to where I am. I'll be more than happy to give you a hand up. But that's not how it works, right? People get envious. People get jealous. People, they get judgmental. They'll twist stuff. And they're spiritual. Okay? You're spiritual and you do this shit? Man, that energy's touching other people's energy. Everything about me is infusing into you right now. You're allowing me to infuse my truth into you right now. You're sitting here, you're listening to me. So I'm infusing you with my energy. Not every person do you need their energy infused and mixed with yours. Okay? That's why you guys need to be careful of jumping to all these lives and say, oh, a free card. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh, let me go to this live. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh, let me go to this live. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Why? Because you're just interested in the card. Give me the card. Give me the card. You're letting your desperation for a message that, to be honest, you already know. If you did the things that I'm telling you, you'd be able to do that on your own. You wouldn't need a psychic. You already know the answer. The answer is within inside yourself. But you're just so desperate. You want to hear that message, and then the next thing you know, you're like, oh, I got picked, and then you wonder why you don't feel better later. Did that person inspire you? Because as a worker of light, our job is to inspire you to be the best that you can be. Not to tell you what you want to hear. Not to tell you your future, because that is impossible. Things change on a dime. All it takes is someone's free will, and the whole shit and shebang changes. Okay? The whole thing changes. So there is no fortune telling. There's just telling of the energies that are going on right now. And if everything stays right, no, Kiki, they don't work with the devil. You know what works with the devil? That kind of thinking right there. It's people like you that talk shit about the devil that keeps the devil alive. Keeps his energy strong into things. Because it's judgmental. Okay? So as long as you're judgmental and you're going to say what this does and what that does and what this does, then you're keeping the negative energy. The negative energy actually lives inside you, not the person doing whatever you say. You know if somebody is of negative energy. It doesn't matter if they can channel, if they read cards, if they read a crystal ball. It doesn't matter what they do. Right? So, but see, just, and Kiki, I understand what you're saying here, but, baby, you're getting your information from something you read. Did you get your information from the spirit? Did you get that from the divine? No, I got it. I read it on the internet, so it must be true. Come on, man. That's why when you really wake up, so many people say, oh, I'm awoke. No, you're not. If you're awoke, you'd realize that the whole freaking life that you're living, everything around you is a setup, and it's there to control you. Right? And, not everything is there to control you intentionally, but because people don't have that intention, but since they're under the influence of it, everything that they create goes that way. A card cannot tell you anything. Yeah, a card, well, if you're reading from the book, if you're drawing a card, if I'm drawing a card and I say, okay, let me look it up, unless, of course, that's American, Native American or an animal card. That's different. You have to look that up. But, yeah, then yeah, it's not really telling you anything. Are you a higher power than God? How can God tell what message anyone's message is from a card? How can you tell what anyone's message is from a card? Because, baby, I tap into your energy, and once I feel your energy, my spirit guides are talking to your spirit guides, and my spirit guides are telling me what to look for in that card. This card right here, I could pull for, let's say, the person before you, and then I shuffle them and you get the same card. It's going to have a totally different meaning because you're a totally different energy. You have a totally different life path, you know. It's not putting, that's where you all are getting things like messed up. You don't put faith into the cards. The faith is in my energetic connection. Well, that's fine, honey, but I mean, that is what it is. But you know, it doesn't matter. You obviously are not spiritually awoke, or you would know, but that's cool. You know, to each their own. I don't have a problem. You know, you can, no, they're not in the same place. If I shuffle them, come on, how ignorant are you? If I'm going to sit here and shuffle the cards, of course they're going to be, well, then why are you here, baby? Why are you here listening to me? You know, why are you here? It's people like you that bring the devil in, that bring in the negative energy to try to get people worked up, which, you know, anybody else it would work on, but it doesn't work on me. I don't give a fuck what you say, because I'm not here for you. You know, this is my life, baby. You don't like this shit, you can leave. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, I'm not here to prove myself. I'm here to share. Those who want to take what I'm saying, then please do. Those who don't, please leave. It's not, it doesn't matter to me, because I'm still on my own mission. I've already talked to the divine, to God, and I know, okay, well, honey, I've already kind of spent enough time with you, and if you can either like it or leave. If not, then, you know, that's no problem. You know, it's just a button, easy to block you. You ain't shit. You know, it's people like you are the negative energy, and I feel sorry for you, baby, and I will send you some love, because it's that ignorance. It's that ignorance is what's wrong with the world. You know what I mean? It's that ignorance right there. You guys got a good example of what ignorance is. It's that ignorance of what we do that causes that breakdown between making the world a better place. You know what I'm saying? Because of that stigmatism, because of people like that keep that, it's kind of like the word, okay, here we go. I'm really going to stir up some shit. Y'all got me going? All right, here we go. Buckle up, buttercup. It's going to be a bumpy ride. The word nigger. Here we go. We're going to go there. The word nigger. That word stems, it started in stems from hate, disgust, abuse. Okay, bye-bye, my love. You have a blessed day, okay? And we'll pray for you, okay? But time for you and your little bullshit energy to go. Adios. It comes from a place of nothing but negative, right? For centuries. From the beginning of, well, I say century, just from the beginning of the word was founded and based on something negative. It was created as something negative. Okay? So here we are. Let's jump. We go through years of lynchments and beatings and slavery to half-ass civil rights and still, you know, lynchings and stuff like that. And now let's jump to where now we can have a black president, but we can still use the word nigger. Do y'all realize even, and you know, a lot of African American people, you know, they don't realize that this is the case. Usually after they hear me out, they'll stop using the word. But when you say the word, no matter how you change it, I can say nigga or nigger or nigga or whatever, change my vowel sounds. It doesn't, that doesn't matter. The intent of the word is still there. It's not like we clean the word up and now it's free of all its negative energy. No, it still has its negative energy. That's why you shouldn't use it. No matter what contents you want to use it in. It's a negative word. And it brings on nothing but negative energy. Okay? Now, I did that example so y'all can understand. That's the same example that's going on with, like that girl with the tarot cards, or with the pendulum, or with readings. It's the same concept. It's, it's that mentality. And you can't, just like you can't change the base of that word, I can't change, there's nothing in the world anybody can do to cleanse that name, that word nigger, to make it a positive and empowering and overcoming and just this great word. There's nothing that can be done to do that. Because that's its history. It is what it is. I can only do going forward, and I can choose to not bring the negativity of old thoughts, processes, and beliefs, and limiting beliefs into my reality now. So that's the exact same thing you do about this. Those are all limiting beliefs, superstitions. I mean, there's all, and I'm not saying, there are some people that practice bad with this shit. Of course there is. There's always going to be a negative to reflect the good. Always. It's yin, it's yang. That's why it's so important to know and balance yourself. That's why I tell you guys, please do your inner child work. Get to know your shadows so you can change the ones you can and control the ones you can't. Because it's a part of you. No one is this almighty person. Even the biggest gurus, they've got some skeletons back in the day. From even if it's in their childhood, no one is Jesus. No one can be like Jesus. No one can, there's not. And a lot of people try to refer themselves, that they get chastised or this or that, like Jesus, or Jesus this and Jesus that. No, you can't do that, because that is one remarkable individual that will be only one, never to be duplicated. But we all have done something. We've all hurt somebody. We've all, done something that we're ashamed of. We're all, and that's okay, as long as you go and deal with it, because you want your slate clean, and then go from your spiritual self and going forward. And the whole reason why I went on that tangent is because of her. She brought in the negativity energy with her words, right? There's a difference between saying, I've heard or I've read that tarot cards are of the devil. Yeah, that's true. Everybody, but you can respect everybody's religion and belief system, because in the end, it's all going to be the same. I mean, we're all going to the same place. And God the divine, whatever you want to call him, he doesn't care what you call him as long as you call him, right? He doesn't care. But there's a difference in going, okay, I heard this, than it is to say it is. How many of us really know what it is? You know what I mean? Do you really know it is? You would only know if you go within. And once you go within and you learn what it is, what is it? It is oneness. So, Yes, exactly. And that's all that it matters, is that we're all going towards the light, you know? And that's why I'm saying we're all going to go to the same destination. We're all headed, we're just going on different highways to get there, you know? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's, you know, nothing wrong with that at all. But once you really get it is, what is it? It is oneness. Why did I not go off on that girl and just, you know, boot her right from the beginning? Why? Because she's a part of me. I'm a part of her. Whether or not, you know, I like her or not is irrelevant, right? Or if I agree with her, you know, it doesn't matter if you like someone, you agree with them, or whatever. We're all still one. At the end of the day, that's what it's really about. And that's what it is. So until you figure out what it is, everything that you say that you're judging someone else about, you don't know what it is. That's why you guys need to be careful about what, yep, that's a very good metaphor, Chad. That's very good. I like that. That's why you guys really need to be careful with who you're getting these readings from. Because, you know, do they know what it is, or are they a reader that's stuck spreading rumors or placing judgment or putting down, or, you know, that kind of stuff? Are they about that, or are they about, you know, you can always be back and be the observer. We don't always need to say something. Not everything is our business to say something. All right, and especially if it doesn't have a direct impact on you and the people you love. A lot of the time you just need to shut up, because it's not your place. So when you open yourself up, you're allowing to be infused, like I said earlier. So guys, I really felt like getting on and talking about this, because I give you all bits and pieces, and I don't go on these little I mean, you guys that follow me know that I do go on tangents, but I don't go on this long of a tangent. I don't talk about like a message per se. My job is to get you to love yourself unconditionally so you can be the best person you can be. That is my job. Whether I need to use the tarot cards, or I need to use my intuition, or I need to use my mediumship, or I need to use my pendulum, or I need to just straight channel, whatever it is, because it's different for each person, right? But what I don't want you guys to be is like these needy, desperate people, because when you are like that, it will mess up your growth, your spiritual journey, and that's what you're here for. You're here to grow and learn, and nobody wants to take 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Or be like Moses that went around the mountain for 40 years, and the promised land was just right on the other side of the water, you know? It's just, it's crazy, but it's just important. And that's my work. Yes, I jump on here. Yes, I can do you a reading. I can do you a love reading. I can do you a career. I can do this or that. But my real job is my program. My intent is everything. That's my real job, because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. This is just to get your attention. I don't need this shit. I can read you without this shit. Okay. But you do to believe me. You know what I mean? Let's see what this one has to say. This is not true. All forms of divination are to be rejected. Recourse to Satan and demons, conjuring up the dead, or any other practice falsely Let me go back here. Let me read this. Falsely, blah, blah, blah. Where'd it go? I lost myself. And guys, don't attack. Let me handle this. Falsely supposed to unlevel the future, consulting horoscope, astrology, palm readings, interpretations of omens, and lots of phenomena, clairvoyance, and recourse to mediums all conceal the desire for power over time, history, and the last day of the now. Other human beings as well as wish to conceal hiding powers. They contract the horror aspect and the fear that we owe to God alone. Yeah, man, you're one of those blind ones too. I'm so sorry. And the reason why I say that is because it's people like you. I'm sure that you know the Bible, right? You believe in the Bible? Can you answer that question for me? You believe in the Bible? And you guys just kind of stay out of this little thing that I'm doing here, because we don't need to antagonize it. I got this. Do you believe in the Bible? Come on, honey. If you're going to jump on my live, Brianna. Do you believe in the Bible, Brianna? Blind ones, I'm asking if that's... Okay, that's what I'm asking. Is that what you're asking, if that's true? Or, okay, good. So if you believe in the Bible, I want you to go back and read your Bible. And I want you to look up, or you can even Google it. How many times, what is a prophet? What is a prophet? First, you need to understand what a prophet is. And I'm not saying I'm a prophet before anybody kind of goes, oh my God, she says she's a prophet. That's not what I'm saying. But what is a prophet? A prophet is one who sees. Okay? Go back to your Bible. How many times is an angel mentioned? How many times is prophet mentioned? Go back and understand that this stuff can go the negative way. It can go to what you're talking about. Yes, it very well can. It's about the user. Just like you can sit there and have 3 beers, and another person will have 6 every day. They're an alcoholic. It's how you use things. It's intent. That's a good thing that you guys need to understand. Intent is everything. That's why I even call my program Intent is Everything, because intent is what it is. Just like all those pastors and stuff that they're in, I mean, we can't go in, I'm not even going to go there. But we can't go in and bring it in the church and God says and da-da-da-da-da, because you don't know what God says. I don't know what God says. I know what God says to me, right? And you know what, or do you know? I don't need a Bible lesson, but it sounds like a lot of tarot and palm readings trying to take on power from above God, therefore working with devils. So if I get a reading, I'm allowing the... No. That's why I'm... No. Okay, I understand what you're saying. And that's why I'm telling you, you need to know who you're letting into your energy. Because, yes, there are some people that you could go to that statement would be true. But is it a blanket statement for all that are light workers? First off, they wouldn't be a light worker if they did that, okay? But this is based on the person using it. So if you're going to go get a reading, yes, exactly. Very good. That's awesome. You need to know. That's why I'm telling you guys to quit being so desperate and jump up and have any Tom, Dick, or Harry, Sally, Sue, or Jane read you because you see the word free or you hear the word free. That's why I'm telling you that. Because you can get infused with some negative energy very easily if it's the wrong person. But not everyone is using this for bad. Do you know how many? Let me tell you a little bit of something. I'm a remote viewer. Do you know what that means? That means that I can go back and I can visually see an event, all details of that event. How many people were there, where the furniture was, the whole 9 yards. I'm not one of those people that go and try to find your keys. I go to your past, and you're in my program and we need to, I can always go remote view to help bring out things that you can't remember. Do you know how many people that I have connected with and been able to remotely view and help? I'm not above God. I have a gift from God. That's a gift from God. And I'm very proud of that, but I don't use it all the time. I'm very particular, just like my mediumships. Not anybody can just come up to me and say, hey, will you do a mediumship? Here's $50. No, it doesn't work that way with me. I need to know why you want that mediumship. What are you trying to accomplish here? Are you just trying to get more messages because you're not accepting that that person is dead and gone? Or are you wanting to get closure or heal? A big difference. I did try one time to go live and just do mediumship, and that didn't go very well. My spirit guides were really mad at me about that. In fact, I had to totally change the way my wording is on my website about doing mediumships, because they made it very clear, look, you're not going to do it like that. Now, do I connect on a live? I do. I do it all the time. They come in, I invite them in. Did you hear my prayer when we started this live? Did you hear what I prayed about? I want a reading, but I'm really scared. From one card reader to the next, they all believe that their higher power, which is working. But you're saying all. So, baby, you need to be careful, because this will bring you bad karma. Okay? Guys, y'all need to pay attention to what I'm fixing to tell her, because this applies to you too. You may not be saying it right now, but you could say it for different things and different reasons. But when you do a blanket statement like that, they all believe they have higher power, which is the work of the devil. They all. That comment right there, my dear, you need to retract. And you need to tell the universe you retract it, because what you're saying there is a blanket statement that is false, and the universe will act upon that. Guys, don't think that people that are coming from a place of love and oneness and to help the universe is not protected by the universe. You need to be careful of that, because that will bring you it'll bring you bad karma back to you. So yes, there are some that are like that. But you have to do your homework. That's why it's important to know yourself. What did I tell you at the very beginning? You need to know how to ground, protect, and meditate. You need to know who your spiritual team is. You need to connect to your higher self. Why? Because if you're going to people, it doesn't matter if you're a reader or not. Everything you do in life, you need to have that you need to have that so you can discern. What is discernment? Are you not saying you have a higher power? You are saying Wait a minute, let me read that again. Are you not saying you have a higher power? You are saying that you can do things outside of average human being, correct? No, honey, I guess maybe you jumped in the middle of the conversation, but I am not doing anything that you can't do. See, baby, we're one. Whether you like me or what I do, you're still a part of me, and I'm still a part of you, whether you like it or not. You got a problem with that, you take that up with God. Okay? I obviously told everybody, maybe you weren't here for that as well. No one above, no one below. It's about vibration. That's the difference between me and you. Not that I'm better than you. Not that I have these superpowers. We all got freaking superpowers. We all can do shit. But I choose to vibrate higher. And as I vibrate higher, more things come to light. More abilities I gain. But it doesn't mean that I'm better than you. It just means I'm doing the work and you're not. So there might be some that act like they are that are higher than that or all that. But you said a blank statement and you said all, and that's just horse shit. But so I think I've made myself very clear on that one. So we'll move away from that one. So that's what I had to really say. Guys, please, please, please stop being so desperate and just jump into every Tom, Dick, and Harry, Sally, Sue, and Jane to read for you. Please know that it's important who you're letting into your energy. Work on yourself. There's so many of y'all that are so desperate and you want love. Don't we all want love, right? My husband, his birthday was yesterday, his third birthday in heaven. He'll be dead at 3 years in October. I haven't dated a man or done anything besides I kissed one guy. Other than that, in over 3 years, because he was sick for a little while. Who doesn't? But you need to be in the right place to have that relationship. Just because you desperately want your soulmate, that's a crock of shit anyway. I could be your soulmate. Your mom could be your soulmate. Your dog could be a soulmate. Soulmates connect. That's all that is. I connect with you and we feel like we've known each other forever, right? We've got this instant connection. That's a soulmate. Oh no, I'm not going to stay solo because I said it last night. I want someone, I love myself so much, I want to share loving me with them. And what I mean by that is I want them to love themselves and share that with me. And I love myself and I want to share myself with them. We both bring something to the table. We both have something to offer the relationship. And from that, we build. Not that you come in and you've got money and a car and a house and you're going to save my life and, you could be a good father for my babies. I mean, sometimes the people that get into, yes, you can have multiple, I have multiple soulmates. Shit, half my team is my soulmate. I think almost all of them are my soulmate. I haven't done the reading on all of them, but majority of them are soulmates. Jessica Tate is my soul sister. There's some of you guys that are on here right now that are my soul. There you go. That's what's important to do. What you're talking about right there, Chad, is to focus on, because a toxic, no matter what happened in the breakup, there's still a part of it that you played. Not you, Chad, but just in general, right? We all play a part in our relationships. Now, I'm not saying that the other person isn't like the the villain, because they very well can be a villain, right? You've got, narcissists, abusive people, and all that kind of shit. So we can't have those. But we have to have ourselves healed. And then with that, we can love. Because you have to love you before you love me. And if you're sulking in something that's happened in the past, then you don't love you. Because if you loved you, you'd know that that's not good for you. And you wouldn't be doing it. The same thing with twin flame. Everybody, oh, my twin flame. Y'all are so gullible. Y'all are a bunch of gullible people. And the reason why I say that is because you see all these cute memes and all these cute little articles that are talking about, soulmate and twin flame and all this little thing. Do you not realize that you are your own twin flame? Until you can get your yin and yang balance, you're not going to have that ultimate connection with somebody. That's what a twin flame is. But they say, oh no, your twin flame, it's, the hardest relationship. All that shit is true because it's you. You're your own twin flame. Once you figure that out and you get that under control, then you can have a twin relationship with someone else. And then you'll get that twin flame experience, and that twin flame is intertwined as one. So don't be gullible, guys, just because it's like something sounds all so romantic and sweet and beautiful. Don't do that, because you're just setting yourself up for heartache. So you need to deal with the shit, so that way the next relationship you ain't bringing that shit into it. Straight up with the chaser. Amen, Nicole. Pass me that Jaeger. All right, I'm going to pull a couple more cards, and then we'll call it a day. Unless anybody wanted to donate for a reading. But most of the time, people don't really. Whenever you're talking like this, people are just like, really set back. So just emojis. I don't need any kind of words. Just give me an emoji and I'll go to whoever I'm drawing. I don't read it. If you're writing in there, then you're screwing yourself, because I'm just passing it up. Thank you. Gina. Come here, Gina. Give me something for Gina Jones. Gina Jones. Gina Jones. Ooh, detox your friendships. Detox your friendships. Let me tap you for a second. Ooh. So there are a couple girls that you've been friends with for a while. Is that family or friends? Friends. I'm getting friends. Let me tell you something. Sometimes we do have people in our life that are just toxic. And we have to deal with them. They don't go anywhere. And that's usually like family or something, right? But we can... Remember I said we have to love everybody, even the ones that hurt us, and we have to forgive, so that way it doesn't have any control on us. You have to learn how to love the person and separate that from the actions. But that doesn't give somebody free reign to do bad things to you, right? You can love somebody and they can stay the hell way over there and you never even talk or deal with them again. Doesn't mean you don't have to love. Once you love somebody, if you really love them, then you're always going to love them. That love is not going to go anywhere, because It should be unbreakable. If it's unbreakable, then it was never real. So you've got a couple of friends that are like that, but they are not family, so you don't have to have them. So you're gonna have to figure out what where you stand with yourself. What is your integrity? Because integrity is a value you place upon yourself. So what is your integrity? Are you going to sell yourself short and deal with people like that because you don't want to you want to be liked, or you don't want to lose friends? You're going to have to figure that out because it's not serving you. And if something's not serving you, then you need to really kind of figure out, why am I doing it if it doesn't serve me? I mean, that's self-sabotage. So that means that there's something back there in your childhood or in your shadows that makes you think that you got to self-sabotage yourself. Okay? Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. All right, let me do. I hope. Another jerk in the bunch. Give me the angry faces. Oh, you guys are so funny. I guess because some of them, they can go and, mess with readers and really fuck them up and just like get them all excited and shoot. I don't mind the trolls. You know why? Because when the trolls come in and start giving me a hard time, you're giving me another platform. You are actually helping me tell my message. You know what I mean? You're helping me do that because of your comments or whatever. So thank you. Muchas gracias, trolls. You like my necklace? Oh, I do have, I've got about 50, I want to say 10 or 12 of these. It's blue kyanite, and I'm wrapping them. They're for sale for $10. And you can get a chain or a rope for $5 more. But blue kyanite is awesome, guys. You don't have to charge blue kyanite. It helps, keeps your chakras aligned. It dispels negative energy. So if you want one, just go to my website and order one. I still have some black tourmaline too. I've got about 5 or 6 pieces of that. I just kind of get whatever stone I feel drawn to, and I'll get a bulk of it, and then I'll wrap it. And then you guys, now it's not like all these fancy designs and all this commercial shit. It's, you tell me you want it, and then I'm going to think of you. Just like the bracelets I make. I make the bracelets, they're tailored to you. So you say, hey, I need a bracelet for healing or self-confidence or self-worth. Then when I'm making it, my mind is on you and with spirit, and we're putting it together, and I don't know what stones it is until I'm done. What does a black do? Black is, any black stone will, it's protection, honey. You think black is negative, right? Because it's, that's the way society's done. It's taught people, the black is, you see the color black, or you see somebody wearing black, or black stones, oh my gosh, they must be into devil. No, actually, they're protecting that themselves, So any black stone. But this is blue kyanite. And blue kyanite is really awesome. I even made me some little earrings. Alright, let me do another person. But if you guys are interested in my stones, because I have that, and I have my calming bowls or bracelets, you can go to my website. There's a, yeah, I'm just saying some people do that. But, it's because what happens in media does that. Anything light blue is going to help with divine connection. So, yeah, I mean, it dispels negative energy, so that is helping your aura. But it also is with connection, because it's light color blues and clears are for angel connection. Jessica, come here, Jessica. Jessica, what do I have for Jessica? Jessica. Jessica. Donations, tithing, and charitable work. Ooh, girl. So, in other words, you need to get out in the swing. Out in the swing of service. Remember that if you want to help heal yourself, going out and doing any kind of service will help you feel better and help someone else as well. Now, you can't mentally, spiritually help someone if you're not healed. But if you're hurting and you're not healed, if you go out and you, let's say, help at a soup kitchen, or go help, even go through your stuff and donate stuff, or anything of that kind of work, will help you feel better. It's important, guys, that you understand that you should be doing some kind of volunteer work. Doesn't matter what it is. You could even, help in a group, a spiritual group, right? Because they don't get paid for that. But you need to be doing some kind of service, because if you don't, you're blocking your own karma. Because karma comes to those who give good. So if you're only going to give good because you're being paid or you're getting something out of it, what kind of karma is that going to be, honey? It's not going to be good karma. So that's why, but you can't go and say, oh, I'm gonna go work at the soup kitchen for 5 hours, so that way my karma is good. You can't do it with that mentality either. You have to do things from the heart. Things only count if it comes from the heart. Intent is everything. All right. So you need to go find something. Go get involved with something, my love. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you. That's another thing. Supporting somebody is also a nice way. Guys, for those of us that have decided to do this full time, this is not an easy gig. So many more people want free shit. They sure don't want to pay for things. You know what I mean? So if you find somebody you want to support them. If there are some good organizations that help, abused children, human trafficking. Help support it. Okay. Let's do this again. Give joyfully to the organization and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. All right, guys. Speaking of which, I've got to go work. I believe it or not, I work at a church. I cook a community meal, but doesn't mean I have to be a part of that church, right? I am a part of them, but I am myself, so I'm not a member. I don't attend, and I don't follow. But we have the main thing that's important in common, and that's a love for God, or divine for you, whatever. So I go and I cook a community meal and feed about, a couple hundred people. So I'm off to go do that. I might jump on tonight. But guys, please come and join my Awakening Your Soul. That's a learning development group. And if you want to practice your it's not for readers. It's for people that want to practice to become a reader. But readers can come in there and help with learning and helping me develop people and helping people with insight. If you are wanting a group that you can, get free readings at and stuff like that, you can go to the Collective Source. You can post a picture and you can do all that. And if you're a reader, you can go read. We don't do any testing, but we do watch out for scammers. There's 3 simple rules: no PMs, no prices, and no dark. You can go post over there. Please like and follow me here and on come be my friend on Facebook, and like and follow so that way you get notifications because I go live there too. Please, if anything I said today resonated and you want me to help you, I'll be more than willing to. I have a program. I only take so many people in at a time on my program though, because I work with you 2 hours a week. And so I want to make sure that, my energy is spread out amongst a good amount of people and not trying to see how much money I can make. That's not how I do it. But anyway, come TanyaLee.com. Come buy me. I'm going to get rid of these guys. And I have some earrings. My earrings are like 777. But anyway, it's been great. Thank you so much for your time and energy and allowing me into your space. Now, namaste. Hasta luego. Dios quiere. I'll see you later, God willing. Mwah. Adios.